Good morning, everyone. My name is Elaine, or I'm otherwise known as Mohini. And it's a great blessing to be with all of you on this sacred day of the Pentecost and share this special technique from Dr. Pillai to pray in the Spirit. As Dr. Pillai says, praying in the Spirit is the best prayer because it's the easiest way to talk to God. Now, praying in the Spirit is something that is very close to my heart. As a young adult, I passionately followed the teachings of Jesus, but I wanted to have a very personal relationship with Jesus. I wanted to walk with God. I wanted to talk with God. So when Dr. Pillai first taught this special technique of praying in the Spirit, I felt that I had found the real teachings of Jesus and that I had literally come home. From the very first experience, I had the most profound, tangible relationship with the Holy Spirit. And that beautiful relationship has been unfolding day by day ever since then. So it's a great gift to be able to be with you today and share with you a very simple and easy version of praying in the Spirit. So before I give the technique, I want to talk a little bit about the background of the Holy Spirit as it pertains to this technique. And it comes from Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts was a revolutionary teacher who gave a very special technology of praying in the Spirit. What Oral Roberts taught is that when you pray in the Spirit, it is literally the key to entering the realm of the miraculous and living a life of miracles every day. He used praying in the Spirit to literally speak forth great manifestations into three-dimensional reality. So what is praying in the Spirit? It's when you talk to God in His language and He talks back to you. Now, as Oral Robert explains, the language of God arises from your belly or the solar plexus. There is a river of living water within your belly that arises up out of the belly and comes up and rolls out over your tongue, and you speak it forth out loud. Now, this language that comes forth from the belly, it could be called as gibberish. It's an unknown language, unknown words and phrases, but it's far more than gibberish. It's literally a language that bypasses your mind, and it's a language of the soul. Now, the beautiful experience of praying in the Spirit that Oral Roberts taught that is so unique is that after you use the language of God, then God talks back to you. What you do is that you just stop and pause and wait for the interpretation. And your mind will interpret back what God is saying. Now, as Oral Roberts says, interpretation is not translation. It's what God really wants us to know. Now, after you receive the interpretation, then it may come that day. It may not come while you're speaking in the Spirit. It may come later in the day. It may come the next day. But you trust that God is speaking to you and that what you really need to know comes back to you so that you can live a new reality in your life. Now, before we start the technique, I'd just like to talk to you about the components of what we're going to do. So first of all, Dr. Pillai has revealed new aspects of the science of the Holy Spirit. He taught that the password to receiving the power of the Holy Spirit is the Hebrew word for the Holy Spirit, ruach. This Hebrew word is actually the living embodiment of the Holy Spirit. And when you say ruach, the Holy Spirit comes upon you alive, just as a person. It's a password to opening up the door to the miraculous. So that's the first step of the technique. In the next step of the technique, we're going to raise our palms to the sky, because in this position, you're most receptive in order to receive the power of the Holy Spirit that pours down from the heavens above. Then we're going to visualize flames of fire descending from the heavens above. And as you visualize those flames of fire, you receive it in your palms. And from your palms, it fills your entire body. Then, after you feel that you're filled with the fire from the heavens above, then you focus on your belly area and you just naturally allow whatever words and phrases come out of your belly and come up and roll out over your tongue. If it doesn't happen naturally, you just will it to happen. You can use any words or phrases that get this river of living water to start flowing. And from that, you trust and believe that the language of God will pour forth. After you allow this divine language to pour forth from you, then you stop and you wait for God to interpret to your mind what was just said. And trust that you're receiving what God really wants you to know. Now, when I give you the technique today, when it comes to the part when you allow your prayer language to come forth, I'll be silent so that instead of focusing on my prayer language of the Spirit, you focus on your own inner experience. Now, before we begin the practice, the most important thing is that all of you who watched Dr. Pillai's video, you all received the greatest blessing. You received a direct initiation into the Holy Spirit as the breath. So already, the Holy Spirit is living within you. And remember, the Holy Spirit is a person. It's a comforter who will always be with you and speak to you and take care of you and help you do miracles in your life, solve your problems. So that's already happened. Now, in order to reinforce the experience that we just had with Dr. Pillai, we're going to start with the mantra that he just gave, which is, I believe. So first, close your eyes and keep saying, I believe. And what you're believing in is that today you did receive the power of the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit will always be with you. And today you're going to start praying in the Spirit by using the language of God to talk directly to God and receive messages from Him. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. Now, we're going to use the password of the Holy Spirit to call forth the Holy Spirit to speak within us and give us the blessing of praying in the Spirit and speaking the language of God. Keep your eyes closed and first listen to me. When we use the password Ruach, it's important to emphasize the last part of the sound, the sound. First, listen to me. Ruach, 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 Ruach. Now, say with me, Ruach, and use passion and emotion. We're calling on the Holy Spirit to be present in our lives and do miracles for us and give us the gift of the prayer language of God so that every day we can communicate with God and hear what message God has for us. Say with me, Ruach, 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 Now raise your palms to the sky, just like I'm doing here, and visualize flames of fire descending down from the heavens above as they did on the day of the Pentecost. As you feel the flames of fire descending down from the heavens above, receive that fire in the palms of your hand, and from the palms of the hand, let that energy fill your entire body as you call out to Ruach. Ruach, 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 Ruach. Now, become silent. Focus attention on your belly area and allow unknown words or phrases to pour out of the belly and roll up over your tongue. Speak it out. If it doesn't come naturally, will it to come forth. Now, stop the sounds and wait for the interpretation. Receive what God really wants you to know. And relax and open your eyes. So it's a blessing to share with you this foundational technique for praying in the Spirit. Whatever happened today, whether the language poured forth naturally, or whether you willed it to happen, or maybe you didn't join the experience yet at all. But I encourage all of you, take some time and use this video in order to allow yourself the gift of starting to pray in the Spirit from today. And remember, it happens because of your belief. And, most importantly, you've already received the power of the Holy Spirit from Dr. Pillai in his video. So that is living within you. So as you do this practice, do it with belief and love. Call upon the Holy Spirit with all your passion and emotion. We need the power of the Holy Spirit in order to fix the problems in our lives and to help us do miracles, not only for ourselves, but for others and to serve the world. So bring your passion and emotions, will it, and it will happen. It will happen magically. Now, this summer we're going to be hosting events in key cities in the U.S., and I'll be teaching the full technique at that time. So until then, enjoy this gift from Dr. Pillai today so that you can speak the language of God every day and hear Him talk back to you and speak forth miracles in your life. Have a blessed day.